Unto them, to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint. Not. He said, don't stop praying and not faint. He said, well, not faint? And you gonna faint anyway? He spake a parable to this end. This end, that men are always, not sometime, not when you get ready, always to pray and not to faint. Pull a faint. You see the word faint? What does it say? To be weak. To fail. You fail God when you fall out.
All right.
If you stop praying, you fail God. You don't need to beg God for nothing. Just wait on him. Who's that? Faint, be weary. Hey, if you're weak, you can fall on your knees and talk to God. You're already weak. Go on your knees and make you weaker. Hey, you can get some rest with your knees. He spake a parable to this end, that men are always to pray and not to faint. Hey, at least be here on Tuesday for prayer. Y'all ready here? So there was in a city a judge which feared not God, neither regarded man.
Yes.
And there was a widow in that city. She came to him and said, avenge me of my adversary, my enemy. And he would not for a while, but afterward he said, now look at it, within himself. He didn't say it to nobody else, he said it within himself. And Jesus knew what he said, because it's real letter. Though he feared not God, hey, Jesus knew he didn't fear God. Nor regard man. He ain't paying no attention to what man was talking about. See, you got people out here, they're judges, and they don't fear God, and neither do they regard man. There are people like this out here. They don't care what you say. They gonna do it their way. I don't care what you say. They got a one-track mind. That's why folk, you got people out here don't believe in tithes. With me. Because they fear not God. Neither regard man. He's talking about the pastor. They always shoot at the pastor. They always try to get rid of the pastor. Always watch that. And something about that office. I ain't talking about me. I'm talking about the office. They trying to kill the office. But they want you to hear every word they say. They trying to eliminate this office. They don't want nothing to do with this office that God set up. God said, I will give you pastors. Man, you get to listen to them folks. And these same folks will tell you not to pay tithes. They don't believe in tithes. And you stupid enough to listen to them. You got to be crazy. See, people don't fear God. Don't you know when you don't believe God, you got an evil heart? Why come to church if you don't believe it? Who is it? If I didn't believe the Bible, I wouldn't come to church. But I believe the Bible. God knows what he's doing. Can I tell you something? Even crooks play tithes, sinners play tithes. Somebody said, baby, tithe stealers. Tithes is a tenth of your increase. That's what tithes is. What do tithes mean? A tenth. Go to Malachi 3:7. I thought I'd touch on finance. So you got to teach everything. Because you don't know what folk believe.
Right, amen.
Even from the days of your fathers, you are going away from our what? And have not kept it. Return unto who? You're not returning unto the pastor. He said, return unto me. God.
Yes, Lord.
Return unto me, and I will return unto what? Say who? The Lord of hosts. Not what somebody said. What did the Lord say about it? Who said that? But you said, when shall we return with your smart self? Will a man rob God? Yeah! Will a man rob God? Yeah, ye have robbed me. But you say, this is what you're saying. See, this is what you say in your heart. Wait a minute. When have we robbed thee? Where? Tithes mean a tenth. Pull up tithes. And remember, a tenth was designed to support the priest. Wait a minute. See, all tribes gave tribes to Levite because they was God's priests. And all they did was took care of the house of God, and the other tribes took care of them. They gave a tenth. Look, and today we call it the preacher, the pastor. Look, what did that say? A tenth. That's what tithes is. That's what tithing is. It's a tenth of your increase. If somebody gave you $100, a tenth of it is $10.
Right.
That's an increase. Who hear me? Anybody hear me? I tell you, what's the difference between the doctor and the teacher and the preacher, what's the difference? They all should be getting paid. The doctor get paid, the teacher get paid, and the pastor is a teacher. Why can't he get it? See, the government take y'all money and y'all don't say nothing. It's called taxes. But we don't complain about that. But when it comes to when God's system come up, here the government got a system, but God ain't got one. The government got a system to run this country. And they take your money and put it into bombs and all kind of stuff and making politicians rich. But when God got a system and he got a tip, he don't take it from you. He's telling you about it so you can obey.
Yes, Lord.
The government don't ask you nothing. And you don't say nothing. But, okay. Then he'll give you something back at the end of the year after he done used your money to buy all kind of stuff, and all he doing is paying the interest of what he took from you. And they done made billions on top of billions of your money. Then when God set up a system, we got a problem with it.
Right.
You trust the government more than you trust God. God, they said we're going to take your money and give you a tax refund. And you trust that. Then you get your little money come in. God do more than the tax folks do. When a man robbed God, yeah, robbed me. But you say, wherein have he robbed thee? In tithes and offering. Read verse 9. Ye are cursed with a what? Curse. Who see that curse? You think God lying? Try him and play him and do it. Check and see won't you get cursed. I learned my lesson. I don't need to learn it no more. I said that junk. When I first got saved, Pastor driving Mercedes. I didn't say it to nobody. I said it in my mind. With me. Because I was ignorant. So I'm keeping this money. I had a new car. Somebody ran into it and bent the axle. I didn't think nothing of it. I took it to the shop. Guess what? The same amount the car cost, that's the same amount of tax I'm supposed to pay. And what's so crazy about it, it went down to the penny. Hear me? Exactly to the penny. It scared me so bad, and God let me waste all that money, and then when I found out I was broke. I found out what I did. I was broke. I went to the loan company and borrowed the money to pay the tithes. And Mother Reed and Bishop was in the office. And I sit down and I told them what happened and what I said in my mind. And man, they laughed. And Mother Reed said, you learned early. She said, Jonas, you learned early. And they laughed. I showed them receipt and everything. I showed them how much I got. And Mother Reed, they was eating dinner, her and Bishop. And I came and I sit down with them. I said, Pat, you know what happened to me? And I told him. And I remember Mother Reed's exact words. Jones, you learned early. And I told him, I said, tomorrow I got an appointment. I'm getting a loan to pay the tithes. Because I spent them. And that woke me up forever. I don't care what nobody say. I seen God do that. I seen that curse. Now, if you want to hold, You want to learn the easy way, or do you want to learn the hard way? Your choice. If you don't believe me, try it. I dare anyone y'all try it. I hope you do it. Man, I'm praying that somebody do it. Go ahead. Take a chance. He might chuck out bigger than you think. Who is it? Well, the man robbed God, yeah, robbed me, but you say where and how he robbed thee? And tithes and what? Offerings. Not just tithes alone, Jack. So I paid my tithe. It ain't none of your tithes. It's God's tithes.
Right.
Unless you belong to the devil. Who you belong to? Now your father might be the devil. He's talking to his children. If you're not one of him, he's not talking to you. You do what you feel. Do what you want. Somebody said, man, y'all don't like this kind of teacher, do you? Good. See, the offering is a gift, a contribution. An offering is for the upkeep and repair and for the ministry of the church. That's what offering for. Tithe is for the priests. I want to let you know what it's for. Go there in the Corinthians, where it says about the gospel. I think it's in 1 Corinthians 9, I believe. Is that right? So don't let anybody fool you. Here the devil didn't trick them, and I didn't want to fool you. Go there and say that the gospel is for my living. Preach the gospel. Don't let nobody fool you. Let me find it. You got it? Look, they say, even so had the Lord ordained, God did this, that they which preach the gospel should live of the gospel. Is it up there? Is it up there, Robert? Even so hath the Lord ordained. The Lord ordained this. That they which preach the gospel should live of the gospel. But Paul said, but I have used none of these things, neither have I written these things, that it should be so done unto me, for it were better for me to die than that any man should make my glory void. What he said is, I had a right to live off the gospel, but I didn't want to mess nobody up. And thinking it was for me. So I didn't do it. Wait a minute. There it is. Read verse 16. But I have nothing to glory for. Woe is to me if I preach not the gospel. For if I do this thing willing, I have a reward. But if it's against my will, a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. What is my reward then? Really, that when I preach the gospel, I make the gospel of Christ without charge, that I abuse not my power in the gospel. But though I be free from all. See, Paul was an example. But he's telling us that the preacher should live of the gospel. And he got a right to live it. Wait a minute. That's his right. Because y'all think the preacher's supposed to have holy shoes. Who is it? You don't supposed to have that. Who told you that? Who is it?
Yeah.
That's what I said. Well, go to Proverbs 3 and 9. And they didn't make movies where they made fun of this. Richard Pryor was in the car wash. He made a movie with ties in the back. Then you got comic guys. They make fun of the preacher when he taking like an offering. So another way he said they gave 3 offerings, and they tease about that. God don't like that.
Right.
They sin. They messing with what he set up. Yeah, you got people that take advantage of it, but you don't mess with God's system. Who is it? The people out there want to spend God's money and tell how to use it when they don't know how to use it. They just smoke crack with it. God's money. There's many of God's money at the dope house. Somebody said that. Many. And people go along with it because they don't want to pay it. They think they get them out of it. They try to way out. Try to find a way out. And there's no way out. Either you're with God or you're not. Because fellowship is contribution. How you going to fellowship with God and not contribute to what God is doing? It's for the ministry. It's for the work of God. You didn't say that when you gave the dope man all your money. You gave it all to him. Every last penny. Some of y'all crawled on the ground and gave it to him. You robbed and gave it to him. You took from mama and gave it to him. You took from daddy and gave it to him. You took from the kids and gave it to him. And didn't say a word. Then all of a sudden, you tight. And some of y'all get smart. That's my last check. I ain't giving church all my money. Nobody asked you for your money. God heard all this smart stuff. You think he forgot? So wait a minute. You drive down the street and your engine blow up. Keep playing with God. I mean, this brother pulled up on the lot, backslider. He turned his music up loud. And somebody said, man, this is the church. He pulled out, he got 2 blocks somewhere. Boom! Tore his car up, totaled it. It happened more than one time. They gonna come on holy ground with that, so God fixed it. They don't do it no more. Hey, they ain't gonna do that no more. I told her, I said, I bet you won't do that no more. Oh, you think God playing? You really think God playing with you? You don't play with God. Look, honor the Lord with thy what? And with the first fruit of thy what?
All that increase.
Who's he increase? All of it.
That's right.
Honor who?
The Lord.
No, the pastor. You don't worry about what it's going to do and what they're doing. You're just doing what God told you to do.
Yes. Yes.
You don't count. Look, when you give God time, it ain't yours. Time belongs to the Lord. He said this whole nation had robbed him. This whole nation took from him. He made money. He put the trees in so you can get some money. Well, I'm trying to He made everything. He let you breathe. And you have found out you lose your health, money can't get you nowhere. And when you see folks that don't believe in tithe, they're greedy and they don't want to give God his share. It ain't the preacher, it's God. God said do this. God said honor who? The Lord. You don't care what they do. If they crooked, fine. You just doing what the Lord told you to do. And it got nothing to do with people. It's honor the Lord. Oh, we honor with our mouth. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. I love you, Lord. I love you. Give some money. Well, hold up. I won't love you that much. I need to hold on to some pennies. Honor the Lord with thy what? Substance. And with the first fruit of all thy increase. All of it. Look. So shall my what? Barns be filled with what? Who see that? You see this barn right here? That's a storehouse. Look, this is a storehouse. Where they gonna take it? See, back in the Bible day, it wasn't money like we got. It was substance. It was cattle or corn or whatever. It wasn't like what we got. Who is it? See, all we think about is money all the time. No, it wasn't money, and it was money. But they had cows. If they sold that, they had to pay a tithe off of it. It was an increase. Anything that was an increase, they paid a tithe off of it. Yeah. Who is it? Sure says that barn be filled with what? Plenty. And thy press shall be breathed out with what? New wine. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord. Hey, look. If God ain't correcting, he don't love you.
Right, amen. Right.
You think the opposite. He don't like me. If he don't say that, he don't like it. Who see that? See, that's the storehouse. Anybody hear me? Now, go back to Malachi. What does it say? Malachi 3:7. Go to Malachi 3:7. What does it say? Will a man rob God? Question. Yes, he will. Who hit me? And what's so crazy? You think God don't see you. You know why I'm teaching this? Because somebody robbed God. That's why it come up on me. Somebody keep robbing God. He gonna curse you. You already cursed. They gonna see your electric bill so high you wonder where it came from. They gonna be so high. They said they jipping me. Then they gonna tell you, you got 2 days. We gonna turn it off. Tell me, it's cold. They ain't gonna turn it off right now. God will fix it. Well, thunder come through there. Ain't no rain. Even for the days of your fathers, you are going away from my ordinance and have not kept them. See, you won't keep them. Cause why? You so tight with God. Hey, if I'm gonna be tight, I'm gonna be tight with people. But I ain't sure they gonna be tight with him. Don't know how to be blessed. That way we sit in the same rut after rut after rut after rut because we don't share the blessings so we can increase. Somebody said, man, don't you know, that's how the church developed? They was teaching on giving. And when they gave, this church started growing. And they started doing things. They started building. Because why? The members was blessed. And the church they had to go outside for nothing because the children was getting blessed because they trusted in God. We so tight, we got that money sit up in the bank rusted. Well, you could have been blessed.
Right.
Somebody said, man, even the days of your father, you are gone away from my orders. And have not kept them, return unto me. And I will return unto you. I will return unto you.
Yeah.
That's what you missed. If you start doing what God says, you'll start seeing the blessings. You say, hold up, this thing working. And then when you finna pay your tithe, you're glad to pay him. Because you knew what God did for you before. He'll do it again.
Yes, Lord. Ah, yeah, Lord.
First you came in here, you had a Pinto. Now you riding out of here in new cars.
Thank you, Lord.
That bitch said, he remember all he had was welfare members. He started teaching on this, and folks started getting blessed. They started getting good jobs. You watch the ones that pay tithes and the ones that don't. And then when you get your new house, I been had me a new house. Wait a minute, I'm finna get a new car. Wait a minute.